recognised striker in the Manchester United team. Kobe Mainoo playing in that false 9 role, and he dropped deep for the ball there. So when Mazraoui was driving forward, he had nothing to cross into. Diallo pokes it back to Yoram, keeps it in. Just in front of the dugouts. Fernandez comes to the left back position on the far side, passes it back to Martinez. So Manchester United just look to find a chink in the Crystal Palace armoury. Hit the post with a deflected effort. That's the closest that Manchester United have been. Crystal Palace had a couple of good chances of their own on out of saving from Richards, and then Tyler Mitchell having a shot that curled wide. We've seen enough attacking threat to suggest that we won't have a repeat of the goalless draw earlier in the season. That's a loose header by Richards to Garnacho, and had to put his foot in to put it behind for a corner. I think he was just caught in two minds. Sorry, it was Lacroix actually with the header. There was no pressure on him. Henderson was behind him. Surely the goalkeeper was shouting at him to leave it. He ended up heading it Lacroix and straight to Garnacho, and it needed Richards to come in and poke it away. So a 6th corner of the afternoon so far for Manchester United. Fernandez curls it in towards the back post. Maguire again peels off, tries to knock it back, but can only find Will Hughes, who's then got time to clear and dig out a long pass looking for the run of Kamada, which was well covered by Garnacho. Good header away by Richards, and Sarr tidies things up for Crystal Palace, and the ball's back with Richards into Lerma. He uses Hughes to Lacroix, now to Mark Gray, who decides to knock it forward, and Kamada wins the header. Now Sarr holds it up away from Martinez initially, but Martinez then wins the ball back from him. Garnacho wide on the left. Richards goes across. Garnacho backing him into the penalty area. Good footing though by the American defender. Stops that attack, and now Palace will threaten him with a counter-attack, and Sarr, he's quite isolated on the right hand side, but Martinez is just letting him run down there, and Sarr's decided to go on the outside. Will drill a cross in too near to Onana. Martinez just let Sarr travel down that right touchline there, and it opened up for Crystal Palace. It's Mazraoui now for Manchester United to Diallo. Touch in midfield, and he then has to stretch and make a challenge on Kamada, who didn't give away a foul, but he did give away a throw-in. His touch on the turn was heavy. He apologises to his teammates, but Kamada just nipped in there and forced Ugarte into the challenge. Throws into Mateta, lays it off for Kamada. Now Mitchell again. Was crowded out by the touchline, manages to get a throw in off Ugarte, who doesn't quite agree with the official's decision. Two teams directly surrounding Manchester United and Palace are in action this afternoon. Brentford and Tottenham. Tottenham are now 1-0 up, which would present an opportunity for Manchester United to leapfrog Brentford in the table. Here comes a long throw in from Lerma, flicked on by Gueye, half cleared, and then Garnacho pokes it away from Hughes. Lacroix keeps alive by Lerma. Now that's nice sharp passing from Crystal Palace. Mitchell curls in a cross left-footed. It's cleared by Maguire. Garnacho goes to the byline, pulls it back. Good block by Munoz, and not only was it good block, but he stopped it from going for a corner too. His clearance is to halfway, but gives possession back to Aston Villa, to Crystal Palace. Now Ahmad Diallo on the right hand side for Manchester United, plays 1-2 with Mainu. Switches the ball across to Garnacho. Munoz now. Bruno Fernandes has time to shape a cross, well headed out by Lacroix. Fernandes again, plays it into, that's a nice touch on the stretch by Diogo Dalot, but his first touch was good, but he just couldn't get his second touch in before a Palace defender nipped it away from him. Fernandes back to Martinez. Sharp pass into Mainu, who pokes it to Garnacho through the legs of Munoz to find Dalot. Crystal Palace just staying resolute at the back and giving Manchester United a chance to create an opening here. Palace thought they'd won the ball back in the halfway line, but they've been penalised for a foul on Martinez. Rubs his right knee. Referee's going to have a word with Ateta, I think, who just kicked the side of Martinez's leg. Martinez clips the ball in, but it's too far for the run of Mainu. Henderson will clean things up for Crystal Palace. There was maybe a time when, there certainly was a time when people were clamouring for Dean Henderson to play a bit more for Manchester United. In the David De Gea era, he ended up leaving at the end of the 21-22 season. He made 29 appearances, and for a time it looked like maybe he'd make quite a few more than that for Manchester United, but he's since moved on. He went to Forest on loan initially and then wound up at Palace, not missing any action because Munoz is down, receiving some treatment. He's obviously have to make his way to the sidelines. Will the Crystal Palace right wing back, the Colombian international. He's gifted back to Dean Henderson. We're back in action. Henderson kicks long, looking for Mateta. Header won by Harry Maguire. Now Lerma plays it across. I think he was looking for Saab, and it's just settled in the possession of Diogo Dalot. That's Rowie. Hughes intercepts the ball forward. Referee gives a foul against Hughes. Interesting call from Ruben Amorim to play Kobbie Mainoo in that advanced role. Of course, Rasmus Højlund and Josh Zirkzee on the bench.